was only months old, crying in the dark, hungry and hurting, just a fragile beating heart. You were meant to shield me, but anger took control. Hands that should have held me tried to drown my soul. I don't remember every detail, but the story tells me so. The pain is carved inside me deeper than you'll ever know. Purple lips, a tiny chest, fighting for one more breath. Frozen water, shaking skin, staring at the edge of death. Too young to hold the memory, but my body still recalls the hurt of being broken by the one who should have caught my falls. Mackie kicked the door and heard the fear inside my cries. She pulled me from my father's hands and saw the terror in my eyes. She said my lips turned purple, said I nearly lost my air. They shelved the truth like ashes, left my small life hanging there. They whispered to each other, then they waited, stayed apart. I grew up with the silence folded heavy on my heart. Purple lips, a tiny chest, fighting for one more breath. Frozen water, shaking skin, staring at the edge of death. Too young to hold the memory, but my body still recalls the hurt of being broken by the one who should have caught my falls. You laughed it off and said I looked so cute with purple lips. You said the water was to calm me down from anger fits, but it wasn't anger. My stomach burned from milk I couldn't take. I was sick and shaking, too small to explain, too weak to make a sound. The water was freezing on my skin, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't speak. You pressed and shook and shouted while my little body went so meek. And everyone who knew the story tucked it under rugs and lies. Why didn't they stop it then? Did they never fear I'd die? They told me years later, when I was grown enough to see. They called it drama, said it wasn't serious, just a memory. But silence is a prison, and secrets weigh like stone. How could they leave me crying, face the danger all alone? Purple lips, a tiny chest, fighting for one more breath. Frozen water, shaking skin, staring at the edge of death. I grew but never left it. The ache still lingers on. A baby almost silenced, yet somehow I held on. I didn't know the words then, but my body kept the score. They were meant to guard me, but they left me on the floor. Now every time my chest remembers what it almost lost, I ask the quiet question, did they fear what that cost? Purple lips, a tiny chest, fighting for one more breath. Frozen water, shaking skin, staring at the